Friends, this is a case of Phacolytic glaucoma. The patient came today. The patient was being treated elsewhere. The patient came today to me, and when I examined him, the intraocular pressure was 56 millimeter of mercury, and with medications with IV mannitol, the pressure came down to 36 millimeter of mercury, and I have taken up this case for surgery. Let us see the surgical steps. By this time the anterior capsule has been stained, and now as soon as the anterior capsule is punctured, see what happens. Milky fluid comes out and it fills up the anterior chamber. Now this milky fluid is washed out. This, and we can see that there is no cortex, no epinucleus in this case. Only a nucleus is there in the capsular bag, and the nucleus looks brown. That means it is a hard nucleus without any epinuclear support. I have done phacoemulsification in such cases earlier. This is probably the 10th or 11th case. Now the problem in such cases is sometimes the zonule is very weak, and as you try to do rhexis, sometimes the whole thing tends to come off. Here it was going to happen like this. The rhexis was, there was a fibrous band kind of thing, and the rhexis I could not proceed from. It was got stuck at around 7 o'clock. So what I do is I inject viscoelastic substance. Here it is. This is HPMC. I take a venous scissor and I cut this flap a little anteriorly. There was a, should not go to periphery, but something happened. It was as I pulled, the whole thing tended to tear off. So I am giving this cut and trying to do rhexis very gently and very slowly. And here I am able to do it. And the cornea has become dry, so I make it wet, apply some HPMC over the cornea and inject some in the anterior chamber. And now again I try to complete rhexis. Here it is. So I have been able to complete rhexis. It is not continuous. There is a radial extension at 7 o'clock. Should I try phacoemulsification or should I convert to SICS or ECC? I have decided to continue with phacoemulsification. I'm enlarging the rhexis a little bit here. At 3 o'clock I have enlarged it a bit, and now I'm going to enter into the eye with the phaco handpiece. Friends, in such cases, if you want to do phacoemulsification or SICS, it cannot be in a hurry because the rhexis itself can take a very long time. Now in this case I'm going to employ my lens tilt technique or the lens salute technique of our guru Dr. K.K. Mehta. this eaten off a portion of the nucleus. I'm going to tilt it and use this lens itself to keep the posterior capsule at a safe distance from the Phaco probe. And I'm keeping the bevel down onto the nucleus so that it occludes very nicely. But towards the end, I'll turn the Phaco handpiece and make the bevel off so that I don't catch the posterior capsule. This portion of the surgery, this nucleus management, is not at all edited. You're going to see the whole thing of nucleus management. Now I'm doing the last portion of the nucleus is being emulsified single-handedly so that the posterior capsule goes backward. Now see what is there. I can see a nuclear piece at 11 o'clock. So what I do is I use a Y pusher and this chopper to bring it out towards bring it to the center of the anterior chamber, the center of the capsular bag. Inject visco around this nuclear piece and go into the anterior chamber again with the Phaco handpiece. Here it is. I'm going again into the anterior chamber with the Phaco handpiece. I'm very cautious. I want to see that the posterior capsule has gone back, and then only I apply energy. And thus I become successful in doing finger emulsification even though the rhexis is not continuous. Now inject visco and implant a foldable intraocular lens in the capsular bag. The trailing haptic has not yet gone into the bag, so use a sense key and place it in the capsular bag. Now I wash the viscoelastic substance out and then inject a bit of triamcinolone acetate to see if there is any vitreous strands peeping from 7 o'clock, and I see that there is no vitreous strand. And this step, this applying a bit of triamcinolone acetate, will make the antechamber quiet tomorrow morning. If I don't use this, I will have to use a high dose of systemic prednisolone, and the patient may not be able to tolerate that. Thank you very much. Hope this video will help you in developing your surgical skills.